never bleed. Truth is that strangers like magicians never knew them tricks were up your...
A look there at M&T Bank Stadium. Just off a good battle in the AFC North. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are...
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go here in Baltimore. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
13.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Gain of 8 brings up 3rd and
2.
Off the play fake, Jackson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Now the first carry for King Henry. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And they'll take this to about their 38-yard line. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6.
180.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down.
Hey, Ozzy!
Jackson going to keep it himself. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
On 4th down, it's Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Ravens take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. And the bring down just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proving to be a really hard team to beat. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
The shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line. Next thing you know, the big old D-tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Play action now with Rodgers. Metcalf left side. He's got it. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. That's going to be incomplete. And we'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Lester on the return. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd, they need 8. Jackson. It's a short one caught by Andrews. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
In motion goes Likely. On the option, they give it to Henry. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and
8.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 8. Gonna go right back to Henry. And they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
It's now third and 8.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
We're going to try to pick this up on third and 8. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. To return is Williams. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Steelers offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll start this on the ground with one. And he'll manage to get to the 33. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 33, here's second and 8. From the gun, Rodgers. Throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
He finds Austin with the ground. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. They get 22 yards there. That's a Steeler first down.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
First and 10 now from the 36. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last. before the end of the second quarter.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Called in at the 2, to the goal line, and in. Calvin Austin, touchdown Steelers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it, and the Steelers move out to a 7-3 lead.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson now. He'll step up and run this. So hard to get a shot on Jackson. Gave himself up there after picking up the 1st down.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
The tight end motioning left here.
At the 42-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Jackson. Has caught left side by Likely. No timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. 2nd and a yard. Now Jackson. Back to the tight end, Cole. He'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Jackson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately a good decision. Just throw the ball away.
Jackson Motion up top again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are back within 1. It's 7-6.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. Kenneth Gainwell going to bring it out of the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. And they'll let Dr. run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Steelers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Rodgers now. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. This one grabbed by Austin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
And the Steelers 1st down. A gain of 19 yards. And the Steelers 1st down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Waller. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And they'll take this down inside the 35. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Second down, Rodgers. Rolling right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
On the handoff, this is Warren. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Warren. And the Steelers are going to be set up 1st and goal. Couldn't reach the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Warren, touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers will take a 14-6 lead.
6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Rodgers. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rodgers. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to have the Steelers first down. They wind up getting close to 10 yards on that 4th and 1. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. 4th quarter begins on the ground. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
That's taken in left side by Smith. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super concerned. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
The ball comes out, and the defense is going to come up with it. Maybe the break they need here in the fourth quarter. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
Middle. Yo.
They'll run it with Henry, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. Pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now Jackson on the move. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, and that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Jay Flowers, the intended receiver, and that'll set up fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position.
Green 18.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. We'll try again. It's second and 10. On the ground, this is Warren. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Boswell now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Steelers extend it to a 21-6 advantage.
Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with first and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, on second and long. They'll drop to throw. Open right side is likely. And this yields nothing. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
Open man, left side, he's got it. One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need has to score twice. It's first and 10. Here's Jackson. He'll look underneath for Henry. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 more yards. Complete to Derrick Henry.
To the air one more time with Jackson. He'll step up and run, and they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up for first and 10.
That's good. First down. First and 10.
Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second and 2.
Back to throw. Jackson. Now he'll run. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Here's first down.
Gain of 12 yards. That's another. Baltimore.
And he'll spike it here and stop it with 45 seconds to go. Second down. Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Loss brings up third down and 12.
On third down, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Trailing late. It's got to go here. It's fourth down. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. He took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
These are the situations where, as an offense, you're trying to dial up your best play call to make sure this possession doesn't get wasted. But let's give credit to the defense. Big moment, big fourth down opportunity, and they're able to get off the field.
So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched the shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.